This is our longest, biggest, most amazing season yet.
Welcome to the Commonwealth.
And Angela Kang is bringing the fire.
What you're going to see in this season is a real explosion of two worlds.
What have you done with my traveling companions?
They're being processed. You get me?
We will see through our eyes what the Commonwealth is all about. You'll see us ask questions and try and figure out if we can trust these people.
I feel like I'm at the end of a marathon and I can't believe I made it. You know how many times I was supposed to die? You know how many 14-year-olds who read the comics, come up to me giggling and be like, I know how you're gonna die.
Eugene thinks through every scenario. He knew this would happen. Eugene knew they would be handcuffed. He knew they'd be interrogated. Eugene is still focused on finding Stephanie and her people. He's driven by the mission.
They have structure, laws.
For Yumiko, when she set off on that journey with Eugene and Ezekiel and Princess, she really was untethered to any kind of community that she felt really taken care of and a part of. It feels like she really can put everything into this journey.
Ice.
We've learned over these past 10 seasons that the enemies often come in ways that you least expect.
Everybody is really swinging for the fences this last season. The episodes we're doing now are grand in scale.
The first 2 episodes are huge. It doesn't even feel like we're shooting a TV show. This has got a real feeling of a film.
Each episode has felt like a mini horror movie. There's just been this really quiet, sort of creepy element.
You don't want to go in there?
No, I don't.
There's a divide between the central group, namely Maggie and Negan.
You can cut the tension with a butter knife. Probably cut it with a baseball bat.
The Reapers, they're all military, like hardcore Green Berets.
They are this menacing group that plans well and attacks efficiently, and it's putting a lot of extra pressure on all of us.
It's wild being here since the beginning. I've seen so many people come and go. I've seen the actors come and go. I've seen the scripts come and go. I've seen the locations come and go.
We got just an amazing group of people that work on this show.
There's this huge sense of appreciation to be together.
It's hard to imagine not coming back here next year. We still have so much story to tell. It's going to get harder the closer we get to the end. By God, I just don't know how we're going to wrap it up. I really don't know.
Shit.
What did your parents do for a living?
You mean deadbeat loser number 1 or raging prick number 2?
What did you do for a living?
I was a zookeeper.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Yeah, but it
Yes,
wasn't
during a student protest.
Shooting the rapid-fire interview scene was kind of a mind trip.
It was like rapid fire, boom, boom, boom. Everybody was on their game.
There's no need to be nervous, Mr. Porter. Not if you're honest with us.
We had to obviously repeat the same questions over and over and over and over again. It does make you start to go a little crazy.
History of drug use?
Define drug.
I told you.
You already asked that one.
It was really quite difficult shooting the interrogation scene. Kari Payton just wanted to keep screwing around.
Unfortunately, I work with a bunch of professionals, so there weren't a lot of bloopers.
It's like, dude, we don't do that.
Thanks for seeing me on short notice, guys. Oh my God, traffic was crazy.
This is season 11. Okay, this is not season 7.
Do you consider yourself a fundamentally honest person?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Hell yeah. How many bowel movements do you have a day?
What?
Do you think this is funny?
There's your bloopers.
The show has always been horror and it's always been scary, but there's just been this really quiet, sort of creepy lurking element to these episodes that has just been blowing my mind.
We were in darkness for a long time.
Have enough room to do that.
We shot those 2 episodes in 30-some days. They built actual subway tunnels. They probably had 300 yards of subway tunnel that we got to go play in. It had a very kind of horror film vibe.
There was such attention to detail.
Get behind something!
You slice this way, you look that way, you get cut here. Going through the subway car, slashing my way through, that shot is one of my favorite shots I've ever been in on this show.
The choreography of pacing and like a bit of light that's blocking you from seeing something and it's just behind your shoulder. Thinking of the audience going behind you makes it so fun.
And it's put to good use to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah. That was honestly one of the most fun episodes for me in the entirety of shooting this show.
When you're done playing Spears.
To come back after all this time being away and get to do this episode and hang out together was just great. Horror is the most fun to shoot because you're saying what's exactly the right pace at which to move and how to move the light to make a menacing story.
This whole episode has been really beautiful set-wise. It was kind of strangely heavenly in a way, or at least it felt like a kind of a purgatory. Because you had this light coming from the door, illuminating all the dust.
The emptiness and the way that they shot that was so atmospheric. It was something familiar and cozy and looking so not. When Nagy and Negan, when they see Alden, and you see the light at the doorway and they're gonna find their way out of this thing and they're attacked again.
It does me unkindly. They gave me a little more leeway with the fall. They kind of just let me do the fall myself.
Then there's a Reaper that won't flipping die. God, they're so annoying. It's scary. It's funny. I thought that really happened. It just turns out we were making a show. It's complicated, isn't it?
It's your fault. You destroyed everything that we built. As from killing you, it's always on my mind.
The basis of this relationship is Maggie hates Negan. She hates him but needs him.
I'm not going to kill him, but I'm not going to forget or forgive. Nothing is more important than getting to Meridian and getting this food.
I have saved just about everybody's ass on this show at some point. I have paid some dues. Negan has paid some dues. But when Maggie finds herself in a precarious situation where Negan has risked his life to save people before, he doesn't.
On a really basic level, I think that that's what shows his sociopathic inhumanity. Such a gotcha moment, like, oh, you won't get rid of me that easy. Oh, good to clock him. Oh.
Unfortunately for her, the only way that she's going to survive is if she lets Negan into the fold. We are on the same team here, if for no other reason, to live to see tomorrow.
Back up!
He knows that the only way they're going to live is if they work together. She doesn't.
Stop pretending you're one of us, Negan.
I don't think Maggie and Negan will ever find common ground. Just as soon as he's done something redeeming, we see the blood dripping from the crowbar and can't help but think of the blood dripping from the bat and what he did and who he is and how that will never change.
It's a very complicated relationship they have. I don't know how it's going to resolve.